Amanda.
I'm Ben.
We're AutoSave. Welcome to our channel.
Today we're watching Oshi No Ko Season 2, Episode 13. Last episode, we found the body of Aqua's previous life, Amamiya Goro.
Sensei.
Yeah. God. I don't know what that entails going forward. I don't know if this is a situation that we need to call police or something. This is a pretty fucking traumatic thing to be witnessing.
What would Ruby want to have happen now? And honestly, I wouldn't blame her if she does not think anything other than, you know, what I imagine is the grief and trauma that she's going to be experiencing in this moment and the moments that follow.
That's true.
But does she want to notify the police? Does she want the body to be found? Like, what would the moves that she make? Would she want to talk about it at all? Would she want Aqua to know about it?
Yeah, I'm interested in learning more about the white-haired girl, and also if it is like a known thing about the body, what would Aqua's perception of Ruby's emotional state be? That of somebody who just found a body, or that next step further?
With both of them knowing kind of some truth about the other, in terms of both of them knowing we both were born into this same situation, we just don't know each other's past lives.
Yeah.
I feel like if this is a moment that Ruby does want to tell the same story that she told Akane,
Yeah.
it is the moment that Aqua would then realize who she is, who Ruby is.
It's crazy because if, like, otherworldly spiritual magic systems existed in this world, I would put my full faith in Akane for being the person able to deduce reincarnation happening, because she is the best detective in anime, apparently.
She's the best detective. She needs a spin-off series where she is a detective.
But just given the circumstances, I don't know, man.
I mean, I feel like that episode, there was this really big, like, ramping up emotional moment with Aqua before, you know, finding the body, of what I would say is the ramping up moment of envisioning, instead of I in the hallway having been stabbed, it be Kana's face.
Fuck.
Like, you had me up here being like, oh my god, that is really, really awful to imagine. To then have Ruby be like, I'm in love with this guy. What do you think about age gaps? And then finding his literal skeleton. What are they going to do to me now?
Ready?
Yes.
Sweet. What's the baseball field for? I mean, last season we had Kana and Aqua playing.
Now we've both cried over a dead body in this season.
Interrogation.
Of, like, how did you come to find the body?
Jesus Christ.
Wait, was that... I was about to say, is that Aqua there? Oh my god. Okay.
Yeah.
Because Akane's still there.
まだ帰ってきてないんだ。なんで謝るの？アクアくんのせいじゃないよ。
いや、俺のせいだよ。見たくなかっただろ。あんな朽ち果ててグロテスクなもの。
そうやってさ、全部一人で背負い込もうとして、全部自分が悪いの？何もかも守れなかったら自分のせい
？Are you to blame for everything?
違うよ、そんなの。
You think so?
警察の人が言ってた。あの死体、多分他殺体なんだって。
Wow.
なんでアクアくんがその責任を負わなきゃいけないの？そんなの違うじゃん。
でも、俺は期待してた。茜ならあの死体を見つけてくれるんじゃないかって。俺は茜にわざと情報をまいてあれを見つけるように仕掛けていた。
Holy shit.
むしろ見つからない方が都合がいいくらいに思ってたはずなんだよ。だけどやっぱさ、本当はずっと
someone to discover it.
見つけてくれて。
That's a hell of a lot of trust in somebody.
でも私は何にもしてないよ。見つけたのもたま
If
たまだ
anything,
よ。
Ruby.
It would make sense to Akane that the person would be significant to
茜の
both
ことを
twins.
俺はずっと利用してた。父親のことや死体のこと。
君は優しくて全部背負い込もうとするから、その罪悪感ごと私は寄り添いたいって思ったんだ。でも分かってる。これでちゃんとアクアくんはちゃんとさよならできる。アクアくんは私がいない方がいいんだよね。辛くなっちゃうんだよね。あれ、私たちはどうしよう。明るくお別れできると思ったから。止まれ止まれ。
早く言うべきだった。復讐はもう終わった。死体も見つけた。だから今度は俺が茜を守りたい。
What?
I'm
This is gonna be
shocked.
fucking wild. Think about what Akane knows too.
And the only reason that he kissed her there was
I
because his
know.
revenge is
I
over.
know. Fuck.
What that's gonna lead her to be thinking about. Oh my god. Kana! Like, I'm...
Holy shit. Oh, she took it.
I thought it had still been on the body.
Whoa.
What the fuck?
What the fuck? How?
Very-
What the fuck? What the fuck?
それ遺体から抜き取ったやつでしょ。
Like he can, like she can see some of the memories because of taking it.
何あなた。
Oh my
お
god.
姉ちゃん、あの医者さんと深い仲だったのかな。だ
I
とした
understand
ら
how
気
you
持ちも
feel.
わかる。
Why is she playing so like...
私、お姉ちゃんが知りたいことを知ってるよ。
Fuck. Is going on?
昨晩はなんだかいろいろ大変なことがあったみたいだね。
I need to see what happened.
あんたに言ってるのよ。
ああ、うん。大丈夫。
Yeah, what came of that cover? What is it that she wants to know that what I'm assuming is the goddess knows?
The killer?
撮影は冬なのに夏のシーン撮りたいからって真冬の九十九里浜を水着で走ったり、
That sounds
炎天下の
awful.
夏の昼間にコート着てマフラーつけ
That's
て
worse.
走らされたこともあったわ。
Yeah, you'd rather be cold.
Okay.
私が知りたいこと。
お医者さんは長らく失踪中と思われていたんだけど、その音信不通になった日ってのがアイドルが子供を産んだ日だったんだ。お医者さんはそんな大事な日にいなくなっちゃった。
Are we trying to lead her to?
大事な日だからいなくなったのかな。怪しい話だよね。でも
Because you were reborn, so.
病院の周りにさ、ずっと不審な男がいたらしいんだ。当時大学生くらいの男と
What
中
the
学生
fuck?
くらいの。
Wait.
Middle
what
school
the fuck?
age boy.
What the fuck?
その片方は数年後に誰か分かった。自宅マンションでアイドルの愛を差し込
Middle school boy. Didn't we guess that his
Yeah.
dad was younger?
熱狂的なファン。ストーカーだったんだね。
Middle
も
school?
う一人を。さあ、
You fucking...
それを探すのがあなたの
Isn't it your
役目じゃない？
job? The crows were there at the grave. Damn it.
やっぱりこの子を押せるな。メムも可愛いけど、どこか一歩引いてて遠慮を感じる。
Because she's insecure about her age.
対して有馬ちゃんは自分の魅力を見てもらおうと必死。
That was a cool
何
shot.
かするができている。それが受けるか受けないかはギャンブルだけど、何かしなきゃ始まらない。何もしなきゃ埋もれるだけ。
Of course her eyes are cool. We're watching
何かしてる
Oshi No
有
Ko.
馬かなは
Fucking crows. God damn it. Look at her eyes.
まあ顔はダントツなんだけど、撮ってて面白くないのよね。
She might have a different face
彼
now,
のア
to
イド
be
ルとして
honest.
教科書通りというか、まるで誰かの真似をしてるみたいな。
Oh my god.
Almost like what Aqua channels when he performs.
Oh my god.
二人組。ママは20歳っていう若さで未来を奪われ、先生は殺されて、あんな暗い場所で16年
By
の
the
一人。
same fucking people.
Oh my god.
私の大事な人を2人も奪って、今でものうのうと生き
The
ている。
revenge has shifted to
Yeah,
a
I
new
know. Oh
holder.
my fucking god. Oh my god. Oh my god.
使っても必ず見つけ出す。
I have chills
見
everywhere.
つけ出して、
Oh.
絶対に殺してやる。
Are we gonna keep that in? Like,
2本目はちょっと時間もらって。
Oh, you know it's gonna be
いい
good.
けど、なんで？
まあね。
inspired?
商業クリエイターだってただのアーティストに戻りたいことがある
That's such a great
Oh, I
line.
love that. Okay.
この旅行
Makes you think of the guy that wrote the song
いろいろ
too.
ありすぎたな。奇妙で不可解で。だけど何か一本の線が
Akane is the
繋がっ
smartest person ever.
After last episode, I thought he was going for Kana. I am still shocked about the kiss.
正式に付き合うってことでいいんだよね。番組とか関係なく、ただの男女として。
I am so scared for when she's going to think about what that means, about what she thinks.
顔赤いわよ。何か大事なことを考えてた気がするんだけど、頭ぼーっとして全部どうでもよくなっちゃった。聞いたわよ。今度映画の主演やるんでしょ。
Oh.
配給で作品語るんじゃないわよ。十分すごいことじゃない。
We're both so good.
羨ましいわ。
And they care about each other's careers.
それなのにこんな旅行についてきて、いつまでもレンリア気分でいいのかしら。
Ooh.
もうレンリアじゃないもん。まさかね。
Oh my god, look at her hand. It's like over her chest, her heart. Is Ruby awake?
ねえ、あかねちゃん。
Oh my god.
お兄ちゃんはどうして役者になったのかな。
Oh my god.
Are we?
会いたい人が芸能界にいるって私は思って
Oh my god.
その人に会うために売れようって多分そんな感じ。
Look at her fucking face.
それって誰？あんまりこの話ルビーちゃんにはしない方がいいだろうな。アクア君には事件のことを忘れて
You
ほしい。
want? It's a desire.
ルビーちゃんに情報を
Like
渡
a
す
selfish
のは
desire.
ヤブヘビかもしれない。多分好きな役者さんとかだよ。結構ミーハーなところあるからアクア君。そっか。
Oh my god, that was a harsh
もう
cut.
遅いしそろそろ寝よう。
Oh. This is fucking crazy.
ここが芸能の
Look at how desaturated it
荒立神社。
is.
ねえねえ、せっかくだからお願い事していこう。
そうだな。
I can't stop just like focusing in on Ruby in every scene.
みんな売れますように。
うちの
Oh my
タレント
god.
が問題を起こしませんように。
早くアクアがママと先生を殺したやつを見つけ出せますよ
I
う
hope
に。
that he finds the guy. The girl that's the goddess said that something was your job.
But Aqua.
Oh wait, okay. Would she resent Aqua for the stopping hunting?
Whoa.
Did you see that
Yeah.
shot?
This is amazing. Oh my god. They're really fucking going in
And I love
on
it.
Ruby's craziness.
I mean, that's what made
That dark.
Aqua. Like, that's what got him jobs.
Why does she look so good with the black pupils? Loved it.
それぞれの願いが通じたのか、誰かの導きなのか。今回の MV は大きな注目を浴びることとなる。それは新整備小町の知名度が大幅に上昇
Hell
する
yeah.
契機とな
Oh, I love that we have the reality show
る。半
friends.
年の時が過ぎ
Half a year has passed.
俺とルビーが2年生、
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
second years.
有馬が3年生に進級。それぞれの活動
15-year
が
lie?
This is the story
大
of the
きく
year.
動き出
When
す年
each.
の話だ。
Oh. Ah.
Ruby's wish being that Aqua does it. What is that? You know, to break that down, she's hoping that someone else solves it.
But also, like, this is Aqua's goal. Like, reading through that after the conversation with Akane.
Well, yeah, because she'd read through it as, what has my brother been doing this entire time? Because she's seen him doing something and not quite been able to piece together what it is that's fueling him.
Yeah.
And now she knows that that's been his, like, goal this entire time. So when she says, I hope he does it, is that because it would be beneficial to both of them in her mind in that moment? I think that's interesting because on the roof, it was almost like, no, that's your job. Was like a line that was said to Ruby.
I have so many thoughts. Wow.
生きてますか？足元に気をつけてって。
This is the film. This is the film. And he's in it? Or he just murdered someone for real.
Okay, that was Oshi No Ko. Season 2, episode 13. I disagree with your sentiment at the end of the episode. This is not Aqua. I don't know who the fuck this is.
Well, I didn't
it's
say
not
it was
Akane.
Aqua.
Oh, okay, sorry. I thought that you said that he was cast in the movie too.
No, the dad.
Okay.
I think that's Akane in the movie.
I don't think this is Akane, but I think it's the dad, and I think this is a real murder.
You think he's just constantly murdering girls?
I don't know. It kind of recontextualizes everything I thought previously about him. Like, I knew that I had the feeling that he's just an unhinged maniac and is willing to do things, like, non-directly. So this kind of goes to fuck everything like that up. But I think this is way too gruesome and real. I think this is real. But she also has the eye thing. Like, the stars.
Mm-hmm. Which, okay, so why I think that this is Akane cast in the film, and we're seeing the film now, and it just so happens that the father is also cast in it, is because at the end of season 1, the last thing we see is the, like, gearing up to go, all the different characters that are gonna be in the next season for Tokyo Blade.
I see.
And I also just feel like that is it just makes the most sense for me because of what we're saying Akane's character is by the end of the episode. It is that she is now a real girlfriend, but she's also, in Aqua's mind, this person that he believes can fit this puzzle master, if you will. And she has been given all of these grains. And to have her in a film with him would mean that the person that's able to be the puzzle master is literally right next to the last piece that she needs to find.
Okay. I understand where you're coming from. I just think they do it in a different way if that's what they were trying to show us. Like, they're paralleling Aqua's original death a little bit by this, like, showing us this scene. I think that the light going out in the eyes and, like, how much detail there is here doesn't give me, like, a performance.
I mean, the crows definitely don't help with the idea of it, the theory of it being a performance.
Yes, I think, like, this, like, okay, if we don't have the white-haired girl this season, I'm with you. Since we have her, it's not a performance.
Honestly, yes, since we have her, but also since we now know that middle school boy was there, and we saw the blonde kid out the window. We had the nurse that was friends with Amamiya see these two guys lurking around, and we see that one of them is a blonde that's shorter, and that person was a middle schooler. And if you didn't put that piece, the fact that he was there at the... The fact that he was at the hospital that his children were being born at, and he was with the man that murdered the attending physician, that says to me that he was trying to... Either he was trying to find the hospital because he wanted to get rid of the babies before they were even born. Is it because he still wanted to get back together with Ai, and so he wanted to make sure he was there? If this is a real murder, is that a girl he was dating that he got pregnant again and he just killed her because she was pregnant? I'm still gonna go with film. Just because I feel good about that. I mainly feel good about it because that was my initial, like, gut reaction to seeing it once we saw the ending clip.
Yeah. I don't think so. I don't think so, but like I'm rewatching right now the scene between Ruby and the white-haired girl with the crows.
Ame no Uzume no Mikoto.
If it's that person, isn't it your job to search for the answer?
That's the isn't it your job to search for the answer? That's the line that I kept trying to bring up, but I couldn't remember.
Listen to this
verbatim.
line. The doctor disappeared on such an important day, or rather, I wonder if he vanished because it was an important day. Like, you get the idea that
he died because he was the attending physician.
Yeah, and there is less of a chance of anything positive coming of Ai's pregnancy if her attending physician in the middle of nowhere is not there. Like, in who could have set that up, who ended up being the person who was Amamiya's murderer and caused that, and that being the roundabout connection to Ai in the future. Like, it's...
Right, like, think about Ruby, like, right after this conversation, when she's standing on the rock, she literally says that those people killed two people of hers that were important to her.
Which is another thing I thought during the episode, is Ruby, unlike Aqua, when we're seeing the shooting, she has the stars in both of her eyes, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is that because there were two people instead of one? For Aqua, it was just Ai.
Ooh, I
but
love
for
that.
Ruby, it was two.
Oh, okay, and keep this shot up. So this is the Ruby with the 2 stars. I love that theory that it's both eyes because she has revenge against 2 different people. Even though one of them is already dead, it's still the idea that there were 2 people that did this to her.
No, I'm saying that it's 2 people who were taken away from her.
Oh, okay. No, that makes sense too.
Because previously, before her finding out about Amamiya's death, it's only been 1 eye. And now, after finding out about it, it's 2.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
But then, okay. But that's now, you're right. Because I was going to say, but Aqua only has 1, but he lost Serena. But I'm like, but that was before he became Aqua, so that it wouldn't cross over. But with this shot up of the 2 stars in the eyes, the other character that we see with the 2 stars in the eyes is the dad. And it takes me to a line in this episode that is a comment about Ruby's acting. And that is, she always seems like she's a pretty face, she's all right, but she's imitating someone. And this idea that now she looks more, what's this man's story? You know, that idea of genetics and like Aqua and Ruby being so talented and so pretty faced because they were born to the beautiful and talented Ai Hoshino, you know? But the father had to pass some things down too. And what if this like darker side to their acting or their personalities, something about it is coming from him? Like, what if he's known for these roles that Aqua is good at? Like, what if the dad is really good at playing that like really dark, sadistic, kind of scary, hot character?
Yeah, I don't agree with the hot thing, but I'm...
If you play enough Otome games, you'd agree.
Okay. Well, again, on my side of the room, I think that this is real and not a movie when we see him. Because I think that if it's a movie, narratively, the show ends next season. And I don't think that's the case. I wouldn't think that's the case. Like, I think we're further away from him with the introduction of the white-haired girl than it being he's in the same movie as Akane. I also think that...
Do you have any reasons for why you feel like because of that it would equal being further away from the truth?
Because of the white girl?
The white-haired girl? Yeah,
because season 1 was mainly about... And into 2 was mainly about Aqua's perspective of revenge and desire to do this, and that gave its own, like, it gave it its time to breathe and grow in a great way. And I think having the switch put on Ruby here wouldn't result in its like immediately closing out.
I don't feel like Ruby, because of the shifting of responsibility for who is responsible for finding the father and getting revenge, it's the responsibility is still on Aqua, and I think through Aqua on Akane. And I don't think Ruby is taking responsibility for that task, at least currently. So I feel like she doesn't need to be given more time for any sort of revenge brooding.
I think she does, not in that way, but in the way that if Aqua was still on his revenge, agreed. Since he isn't, and she doesn't know he isn't, I think that will take more time for it to any communication to come forward.
But think about the plot point with Akane having this giant secret that she still hasn't told him by the end of this season. And now she's getting, on top of that, the reason that he wants to be with her, seemingly, in an actual relationship is because he thinks his revenge is over. If she is then confronted with the person, but she's in a loving relationship, you're putting Akane... really, the timeline of the trajectory you're putting her on is going straight to her being in a predicament internally of being like, I love my freaking boyfriend and I want to continue being with him, but if I tell him that I think that this is his dad, then we're gonna break up and I can't be with him anymore.
I think that that's compelling, and I could see that happening. I don't, only because I think that there isn't a second in hell that Akane realizes it, is acting with him, and doesn't just fucking say it to Aqua at that point. Like, I think that she doesn't keep... Like, if it's that in her face, and she has the answer, it's not a mystery about revenge anymore that he's longing for. It is the actual answer to his revenge.
But she's still a teen girl that has... Obviously, she was trying to keep herself from having feelings and emotions in order to end this relationship, but then she surprises herself with the fact that she uncontrollably starts crying. When she says the line that's like, you'd be better off if I left you, right? So I feel like Akane would rather, like, break up with him and keep the secret to herself. This is theorizing. I think if she's further in a relationship with him from the point that I see her in this episode, she would rather break up with him and leave him than tell him the truth and have him get back into his revenge and be miserable, even though she saw how free he felt. Yeah. Or stay with him and never tell him.
Yeah.
I could, like, obviously, it'd be a dilemma. Obviously, she would feel really guilty about it, and I feel like eventually she would end up sharing. But I think initially, there would be a period of time that it would be something that she'd be like, do I really want to open this can of worms?
The only thing that I have to think about it being a movie set, like how you're suggesting, is that he isn't wearing a disguise. You know? Mm-hmm. But they're in the middle of nowhere, so at the same time, I'm still on board with it not being a movie set. I don't know.
The only thing that made me think it wasn't was the crows.
Yeah, but
that would be really great in a movie, too, because aren't crows like a sign of death?
Yeah, but maybe, like, let's think about what we were trying to read into when he was at Ai's gravesite, right? We were like, okay, he's in disguise because he's famous. But was he in disguise solely because he was famous, or because he was famous and it was Ai's grave, you know?
Right, like, he has never presented himself to the children, even though he knows that they're his kids. So, who's he really hiding his appearance from? Is he hiding it from Aqua and Ruby and or the internet, seeing this famous person at Ai's grave, therefore leading Aqua and Ruby to him?
Fuck. I'm so conflicted. Like, the thing that's really fucking with me is, like, what were his feelings and are his feelings towards Ai? Like, that's a really
great question.
That's the biggest, like, thing that I have no confidence on. I'm trying to see what his...
the idea that... I'm thinking back to what our... Sorry, I just cut on top of you trying to figure something out.
No, you go on. I'll look.
You're looking for something?
Yeah.
Okay. I like that the only reason that we were theorizing that he was a younger guy before, obviously hearing middle school boy being brought up in this episode, was the episode when we took Kana on the date, which was episode 11 or 12.
Uh-huh.
And we have the line about how they're used to the age gap, kind of older men taking on extravagant dates. It was in that conversation that was so unspecific.
Yeah.
That is what led us to theorizing that this was actually a younger guy.
Uh-huh.
And I love that things are kind of being planted in such a secretive way.
Yeah.
We're bringing up seeing in the graveyard.
Yeah. Ruby Hoshino. You've grown to be a real beauty. He has flowers.
And he flares his trench coat.
He's not that hot. He got, like...
I didn't say he was hot here.
Okay. Like, he worships Ai, right? Like he had, like, you don't have, like, crazy fucked up feelings that ends up in Ai's death and it being negative and then bring flowers to her grave like this.
Yeah,
like you have, like, an obsession, right? Wasn't he the one who was like who spurred on Ai being like, no, I'm not trying to get back together?
Yeah, on
like,
the phone, like, so that's a really great point of, like, do you want to get back together? This idea of, like, he knew her location, but did he know it because she told him, or did he know it because he was also stalking her in the same way that the man that actually killed her did?
yeah.
When she's at the hospital as in complete secrecy. And you could maybe open up the question of, did he not even know where his kids were going to be born? Was she even kind of keeping that a secret from him? How did she feel about this man? Like, was she wary of him? Was he, even though he was famous, was he overly attached, obsessive? I want to keep you as mine and lock you in a closet, basically, like, keep you on a pedestal. Is there something about how he treated her in their, whatever the time of their relationship was, that made her even want to keep where she was giving birth a secret from him? If he's with a stalker. We literally see that he was with the stalker. And we've theorized, well, at least Aqua, I mean Aqua, theorized that the dad gave the stalker the location. What if the dad was also a fucking stalker? What if he also didn't know where she lived or where this was at the hospital?
Yeah. The president left, right? Like, at the end of episode 1, like, left and raising the kids after Ai's death.
He dipped out.
He's the one who chose the hospital. I wonder if he was, like, a bridge of connection between Ai's father and, like, the location. If he chose his hospital, like, and that would have made it so he felt guilt, like, and or to the point he was in leaving. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I'm like skipping around through episode 1 because it's so fascinating to think.
We even see basically a clip from episode 1 of season 1 within the finale episode of season 2, with Ruby being able to hold that keychain and basically seeing Sensei and Ai on the roof.
Yeah. Why do you know her family, which has never been made public? Because the last name, you know.
Can I get your name? Are you affiliated with her? Hey. Chases after.
That leads to the death. But fuck. God damn it. Ah.
But, like, it has to have been kept secret from the father. If he's meeting with this guy. Because he is asking, he's following, they're lurking about. The guy that ends up killing Ai, that is the one that confronted Sensei, they're lurking.
That doesn't necessarily mean that he's been kept out of it.
I think it means that he wasn't told that this is where it was happening.
I agree
Why else
with
would
that.
you be lurking?
Yeah, I agree with that. God. It's so interesting.
I want to know, I know we'll learn it eventually, but I want to know so badly what the dynamic actually is internally. Like, when you think of mother and children, you can think the fact that oftentimes parents will shield their young children from all of the truths of situations. Like, we never know, even though Mother and Children was like a 40-something minute episode, we do not know how I actually felt about the father. We do know throughout episode 1 of season 1 that she hasn't ever experienced or felt love until a specific moment with her children in that episode.
Yeah.
And so I would love to know how they felt about each other. I think I could have theories for how they met, whether it was similar upbringings, whether it was because of the industry that they were in. I can have theories about that, but how they actually felt about each other, my brain is like spinning on that.
I wonder how much of a front it was, if at all, to have the guy Savoy I was at the hospital be like under the president being like, oh yeah, like what do you think it is, doc? Do you think it's some bad case of constipation? Like them learning about the pregnancy, you know? And she already knows it. Who's the father anyway? So he doesn't know, yeah. Fuck.
That's a secret. A secret. And she's like so cheeky about it being a secret who the father is.
God damn. I love this show so much. I love the music video. The music video was so fucking good.
I will want to watch it. I feel like someone has already, either Oshi No Ko's animators have already officially just put the music video itself on YouTube as its own thing, standalone. I imagine that exists somewhere, whether done officially or just by a fan of the show.
Animation's so
I
good.
can't wait to just literally just watch the music video as a music video.
The
song was super fun.
The highlight easily is like the big backgrounds of Ruby being a fucking psychopath. It's amazing.
With like this very cutesy idol group music video, I feel like she's found what would draw people to her. Like, what is up with, like...
It's so fucking
Kana's
cool,
this
man.
face, you know, Kana is the face of the group. She's cute. She has this smile that's like, come here and be my fan. Mem is the older girl that's really good at marketing and YouTube videos and kind of really approachable. You know, probably a fan would watch Mem and be like, I like Mem most in the group because I feel like I could go have coffee with her, you know? Like, she's a real person and not, like, fake. They probably like that about her. But, like, that whole idea of Ruby's pretty, but, like, meh, you know, what's going on for her? She doesn't really have anything other than seeming like she's imitating someone.
The shots that they used of her are...
The shots they used of her.
Amazing.
The fact that they kept them. And I think it's because... I mean, if you saw this in the same way that when they see Kana's like, do you have a crush on a boy face? This is captivating. And the line in the song is quickly become captivated by me. And it's like, if I saw that face, I would be at least interested in this person.
It's crazy. It gives like a little bit of Doki Doki Literature Club. I have a question for you. What the fuck was your interpretation of Ruby seeing I and the doctor on the hospital?
She could see it because of holding the really emotionally, spiritually charged keychain?
It's so bizarre. Like, it's just for a second, and then we get the entire interaction of the walking out. Like, holy shit. Is it something that the white-haired girl is letting her see, or is it because that's a big no-no? Like,
you would think that line implies that Ruby shouldn't be peeking into this, but I think that you could possibly theorize that she's being allowed to kind of peek through the veil. It's just naughty that she chose to try to peek through the veil.
Yeah.
So it's like, I'll let you do this thing, but it's naughty that you're trying.
Mm-hmm. Damn.
I think something before we completely leave the music video, I think that I've come to this conclusion through talking it out in the discussion, continuously bringing up words like obsession. I, as an idol, her reason for having such a huge fan base is that she exuded I love you energy. She made her fans think that she loved them. That's the whole reason she gets killed, is because he feels like that was fake, which it was. Ruby and Aqua exude obsession.
Yeah.
That music video, there was obsession in those eyes. And that's basically what we're even theorizing is the other half of their birth. And then the father. Does the father represent that obsession?
Yeah. Interesting. I think so. I think that's a good point. With I. Why kill this person then? Obviously, they have the same star in their eye as I. Is it like, fuck you, you're not her? You know what I mean?
If it's real, which I still think it's the film, the only theory I would have if it wasn't real was she was pregnant here and/or wanted to get too much in a relationship with him or got a little too curious about some of his past. If it's real. I think it's film. Something interesting that I will like to see in any openings and endings for future content, like season 3, is that in both the opening of this season and in the outro, there is a door. Which, if you think about the significance of an opening of a door, episode 1 of season 1, you have death upon opening door. And then the closing of door to separate Aqua and Ruby.
Yeah.
That we purposefully close the door so that Ruby cannot see her mother dying. And in the opening, we have Aqua and Ruby very freely running toward the door and opening it together. Would that only happen in the future, or is that for the 1 or 2 episodes that they both exist in this liberated state? And then the ending, it's just Ruby opening a door.
Yeah. That's a good question.
So
That's
it's almost like, it's almost like, is the opening taking place upon episode 11 and 12 when Aqua has now been freed and we're going to jump through the door together, and then the ending takes place at the end of the season where Ruby walks through the door herself?
I think that's it, and the entire, everything else in between was the entire season that we had, and the growth and change of that. God.
I wonder how long that we will have to wait.
It's insane. I was like, I'm loving Oshi No Ko. I really miss Ruby. And then they fucking do this, and I don't think I've liked Ruby as much as a character ever in this series as much as I do right now. And if you told me what was going to happen, I'd be like, oh, fuck, that makes sense. That's cool for Ruby. But watching it happen, I am blown away by how, obsessed I am with her going down this route. It's fucking crazy.
I mean, when we see what her going down this route can do, for the fact that the whole show is kind of centered around an idol group and performing. I wanted to say performers and then performing, and then I kind of just
it's crazy
mingled them together.
How not close Ruby and Aqua are. Obviously they're brother and sister and they love each other in that regard, but in just the details of things, right?
It's Aqua's doing. We've at least to some degree, we've seen Aqua for years not tell Ruby things, not involve Ruby in his life. He even hasn't even told Ruby that they have a half brother yet, and he was like, soon I'll let her in on that. There's been a lot of him keeping himself completely cut off from her, where she wouldn't be able to know anything about him. And it is interesting to hear a sibling have to ask,
how
a fake girlfriend or real girlfriend who knows more questions about her own sibling.
How, revisiting just for a second the death of the fake father, how involved, if at all, was the real father? At this point, that entire thing has to come back into question. Also, fucking Aqua using Akane to find the body was absolutely fucking
'Cause
crazy.
he just wanted it to be
That's so
found.
interesting.
I feel like, in a way, I don't think he sees himself necessarily, like, I don't think he would give himself the title of guy who saved Akane's life. You know, like, I don't think he would give himself that title, but I think he's aware, at least now, that is how Akane views him.
Yeah.
At least to some degree, he's aware of that. And I feel like here, he's given her the opportunity in the same way where she's like, lean on me, and, you know, is there after his panic attack at the director's apartment. We see him in this episode kind of giving her the opportunity to do what he did for her in some way. But I still was really surprised by the fact that he was giving her crumbs to lead her to the body. I guess that's kind of romantic if he ends up with her, that, like, he'd want her to be the one that found it. I guess that's romantic, you know, like, if anyone was gonna find it, which he's glad that someone did, he would want it to be the person that he wants to kiss.
Mm-hmm.
That he would want someone that he loves to be the one that finds it and views it for the first time. But then that's also, like, really messed up at the same time. But
Bro,
I'm conflicted on if that's romantic or not.
revisiting the whole Himikawa half-brother shit, Bodies of Mary, okay, with knowing who the father actually is and it isn't this person, and us seeing whether it's a movie or not, an actual murder potential, like, for a second, suspend your disbelief of the movie thing and imagine it's him actually killing somebody or being a part of somebody actually dying. Think about that, then let's revisit bodies of married couple found in apartment, double suicide. At a cottage, a man and a woman showing no vitals were found. They were taken to a hospital where their deaths were confirmed. According to a statement from the police, the deceased are actress and fellow actor. Double suicide revisited in this context. Like, it could be completely just, like, coincidental, sure. But also, like, there holds that possibility that he would also be involved within that.
Well, he was very young when they were born. So, like, what if sometimes the DNA tests aren't specific enough? It's more like paternal line or maternal line. But what if this couple was Aqua's dad's dad? And Aqua's dad is brothers with Himikawa.
That would show, right?
I don't know.
Oh.
You asked if they were connected.
Fuck.
I tried to find a way.
Okay. All right. That's all I have for you.
Yeah. I think that's it.
That did not go how I thought it would.
No.
It was amazing.
Kana. I really thought they had me really thinking that over the last couple episodes that Aqua was setting up for, like, now that I'm free, I'm gonna pursue a relationship with Kana.
Look, as the resident Akane lover, I am very pleased with how this episode went.
It's okay if you're pleased, but were you surprised?
Yeah.
Okay.
Damn. Okay. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and we hope to see you next time.